my regular self loves some Cardi B, and I don't care what anybody says about that. I think that she's funny, she's down to earth, she's honest, she loves her family. That's a nice female friend to have. Like, and she's loyal. She's loyal to her people. Hello, and welcome back to the Bitter BM podcast. I'm Felicia, your Bitter BM, and here I speak about all the things that made me bitter, but eventually made me into the person I am today. So today I want to talk about, courtesy of Cardi B and her ex-husband Offset, when your baby daddy, your ex-husband, does not want to move on with his life. This is all courtesy of what we've been seeing in the media in regard to their relationship. Now, Cardi and Offset don't seem to be on the best terms. She's trying to divorce him, and he wants to hit up her pockets. He wants some money to go, and she's refusing, and he's not going peacefully. He is trying to cause public embarrassment and strain on her life, as well as disrupt her peace, which, I mean, who's really surprised? If you have a child with somebody and you left them and they were bitter, male or female, you know exactly what Cardi B's going through. That bitter ex can make your life a living hell. Let me tell you. It was not the easiest thing for me to leave my children's father. But once I did, he never wanted to go away. He never wanted to go away. He would disrespect me any chance he got, talk smack about me, even to the kids. And I'm pretty sure he was running his mouth to whoever would listen, telling them I'm this and I'm that. And what I learned over the years is just to ignore him. I took him completely out of my life experience, and I act like he doesn't exist. I can see him on the road, I can see him anywhere, and I just walk past him. There is no hi, hello, how are you? It's like, no, you really disrespected me in the past, and the price you're gonna pay is to know that you no longer exist to me. That's the price you're gonna pay. And my suggestion for Cardi B is to treat Offset the same way. I could understand the heartache that she experienced initially when they were trying to break up. She said that, he was being unfaithful for months, and she stayed and she stayed and she stayed. And obviously she got to her breaking point. She reached her breaking point and she said enough, and she decided to move on. And her moving on, I can guarantee you that is not what he expected her to do. I can tell you for 100% that he expected her to just stay and endure. Women with kids who have a cheating man or a man who's treating them badly are always expected to endure, one, by the man, sometimes by the man's family, and just society in general. You're just expected to endure because you're the mother and blah 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 blah. But here's my question: why should we have to endure a relationship that isn't in our best interests? A relationship that is a detriment to our physical health and our mental health, especially. If you have kids to take care of, you don't have time to think about yourself, to prioritize yourself. You're constantly trying to be the best parent that you could be. And I see that so much in Cardi B, where she's so loving to her kids. She works so hard in terms of, her career field, being a rapper, and always being on social media to talk to her fans, and then always trying to promote whatever it is that she wants people to be interested in. That takes a lot of work. And on top of that, she now has 4 kids to take care of. The least thing that Offset could do is just give her some peace. A lot of people always think that the baby mom is angry and bitter. But do you guys ever really think about who or what made her that way? Who or what made this woman so angry and to the point where she detests her own children's father? Who? I know a lot of people don't ask that question because you only ever see the baby mom or the woman reacting. Well, she's reacting to something. She's reacting to someone. A lot of people don't understand what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's being emotionally abusive to you. And when I say emotionally abusive, I would put lying, cheating, telling you off, you know, disrespect. That is what I consider emotional abuse. Sometimes you think that you are in love with somebody or you love someone so much and you just sort of stay stagnant in the relationship because, one, you might have a fear of being alone. You might think that after or if you break up with this person, you're never going to find somebody else, because a lot of times that is what you're being told. You're never going to find anybody like me. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you, blah, blah, blah. And so a lot of women, unfortunately, will believe that until they reach their breaking point and they finally get up to leave and start over, like Cardi did. Apparently, he's the one that's stalling the divorce because he wants to hit up her pockets. Which, I mean, you're a grown-ass man. You have your own career. Go make your own money. That's the one thing I don't understand. How a cheating spouse can do all it is that they do, cause the end of the relationship, but then still want to be paid. Make it make sense. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and I hope that he does not get a dime of Cardi's money. Really and truly, Offset needs to move on with his life. He now has the life he wanted, the life that he wanted to have when he was married. I should say he wanted to cheat, he wanted to run the streets. Now he has the freedom to do it, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. Isn't that like all men who cheat in relationships? They want to have their cake and eat it too, but when you give them the cake and say, have it all to yourself, they're like, nah, I'm full. I don't want it. Some exes do not want to go quietly, and that is what he's exhibiting, especially all these public outbursts that he's having on social media, talking about her new child, and he's going too far. And I can recall Cardi saying that she's going to go to jail over the fact that he's disrespecting her, and I can say that I've been there. I've had those thoughts where someone just will not stop, and you feel like the only way to get them to stop is to actually hurt them. To actually do some physical harm to them and just call it a day, you know, do the crime and take your time and come out and live my life, because then I wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. So I understand what Cardi is going through and what she's saying, where she feels like she's going to go to jail over the fact that he keeps bothering her and disrespecting her. A lot of people are judging Cardi because she has a child with her boyfriend while still being married to her husband. But her husband is trying to prolong the divorce. So if he tries to prolong the divorce for another 5 years, does that mean she doesn't date? Does that mean she doesn't move on with her life? I wonder why society always puts these double standards on women in terms of when women are allowed to move on. Men move on immediately. They move on in their marriages, in their long-term relationships. They are sleeping with other women. They are doing what they want, living the single life. When the woman decides that, okay, it's okay for you to move on now, I don't want to be here while you're moving on in the relationship, then it's a problem. The issue that Offset has is that he thought that he was going to get another chance. After all the chances he's got while being married, after the separation, he thought he still had some hope. A lot of men think that as long as the baby mom, the wife, the ex-girlfriend doesn't get another man and have another child, they still believe they have a chance. Now, some of them are so stupid, they'll think they still have a chance even after even after you have a child and you marry somebody else. They still think there's hopes of that. A lot of women are not like that, as you could see. Cardi don't give a shit about what anybody thinks. She's out here living her life. Now everyone's trying to nail her to the cross, saying, oh, she's wrong and she's foul and she's this and she's that. It's not necessarily something that I would do, but I don't have Cardi B's money. I'm not living Cardi B's life. Cardi B is an adult. She could do whatever she wants. And who am I to judge her? Do I condone what it is she's doing? It's not my place to condone anything. What she condones. I can't condone what she does. It's not my life. And I feel like everybody needs to just leave her alone. No one understands that the pressure that a lot of women are on to stay in relationships when they don't want to be in the relationship. When men don't want to be in the relationship, they can get up and leave, do whatever they want. But as soon as a woman says, no, I'm done, start standing on business when it comes to ending a relationship, then everybody has a problem. Everybody wants to come out the woodworks and give the advice, and you should this and you should that. Do you, Cardi? Do you? That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you think about this video. It's the Bitter BM podcast. Felicia, toodles. I'll see y'all next time. Ciao.